Happy Tuesday, huh? How everybody out there doing? How the family doing? Welcome back to BTV. Today, you know, today I want to talk about what's been going down. And when I say that, I mean what's been going. What y'all advice? I mean, not advice. What y'all thinking about this political with Trump being in office? Um, I was at work a couple days ago, right? And I'm at work, and where I work at. So those that don't know, right? That's why sometimes if you notice in my videos, they might be sporadic. It might be I'm 2 weeks. I might be gone for 2 weeks, or you know what I'm saying? Since I've been working, you know what I mean. But anyway, I was at work, and this woman said, and it's been a lot of. This has been the theme all month, right? You get a lot of men and women that are so invested in this political campaign and the fact that Kamala did not win and Trump is in office. There is people feel bad. And let's keep it 100 with you. I'm not talking about color folks. I think maybe I've came across one person, of that was black. And I don't like to use that term, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? That was hurt. Like, oh, I didn't get what I wanted just off of Kamala not being the president. Yeah, not being the president and didn't get voted in, right? So all last week while I was at work, there was people were depressed, right? People coming in there depressed. And so it got me thinking, right? This is what it got me thinking about. And it reminded me, this is what it reminded me of the playoffs. Everybody team that did not get to the Super Bowl, right? People, first couple of days you sad. You know what I'm saying? People sad. Or your team got to the playoffs and they lost. You know? But that's what it feels like. And so then I have to think, like, look, to keep it 100 with you, it doesn't matter who's in office. It matters what you do with you, right? Let's keep it 100 with you. They can come out with 1,000 policies. What matters is what you do for you and your family and what best suits you, okay? One of the problems that I feel like America has inside of America is that people don't communicate like how people used to communicate back in the days. Remember sit-ins? Remember everybody coming together and having meetings? Those, and you might have some, and I'm not talking about your council meetings downtown Oakland. I'm talking about the community having its own meeting without the supervision of somebody else, right? A lot of us don't even want to communicate if it's not communicating, if we're not saying what we want to say. Listening is a skill. A lot of people don't know how to listen. They can talk, but they don't know how to listen. And you heard the term, not enough Indians, a whole lot of chiefs, or I might have messed that saying up, but you know what term I'm talking about. In America, we don't even want to have the conversation that we need to have, which is, let's talk about the homeless people. Let's talk about how they'll come up with 1,000 ways, right? So, for instance, you go to a grocery store, you can't push the shopping cart, so many feet. It don't work no more. So, see, they can come up ways to prevent people from stealing shopping carts. But they still haven't came up a way to fix homelessness. And they have, okay, they got the little camps, right? But let's keep it 100 with you. I don't know. But go to an old neighborhood, and you might see a place that they're not even using no more. And I understand people gonna say, well, that costs money to build up a place and then to put homeless people in, I understand that. But what about the mentally disabled? I feel like a lot of us Americans, we don't want to have them difficult conversations. So what we do is we get lost in sports, movies, entertainment, our own lives, and we don't have them conversations that need to be had, not only with our family members, but people outside as well. America's broke because there's no, as far as the people, there's no real common love. Everybody's trying to get to work. Everybody's trying to feed their families. Some people don't want to be bothered. Some people just don't give a fuck. But there's a conversation that we need to have, and it's not necessarily that it has to be on YouTube, Facebook, something that is private, something that where people cannot, a lot of people can't get involved. And it's just the community being able to talk to the other people within the community, because that is where we're lost. People don't help. A lot of people don't help inside of the community no more. So before we can even sit up here and get on Trump or get on Kamala or get on the government, we have to get on ourselves first. Because each of us could be part of a problem. Each of us have the ability to solve the problem. It takes sacrifice, but it takes us coming together. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of families don't know how to come together. They come together for about an hour or two, and then right after that, there's some bullshit going on. Some he say, some fighting, some drama. It's going to be that. What we also don't have is that, remember the old school grandma? Grandma walk by and you sit up here and you act like you in the military. You stand up straight. We don't have that no more. We don't have the granddads. That, but what we still have, right, is that old school way of thinking, which ain't got us nowhere. Some of us still whoop our kids. Not talking to them. Some of us still sit up here and make no time for our kids, make no time for our families. Because guess what? We gotta work. We gotta work. I understand that politics is a tricky game, right? But this is what's crazy. Ever since Trump had went in office the first time, and his slogan was "Make America Great Again," right? People had a problem with that. Now that's fucking weird. That's like saying you want to make your family great again, and somebody knocking that shit, right? America, nothing is ever going to go just. There is going to be some type of work that goes into making things better. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, right? This is something else I don't understand, right? We're just having a conversation, right? But check this out. How did so many black people become Democrats when the Democrats was the one that wanted slavery and was for slavery, right? The shit has been reversed. And I know a lot of people can't afford to sit up here and to sit back and to just read all day and to research. A lot of people can't afford to do that. So what some of these teachers and instructors do, they start talking shit about you trying to learn this shit. If you were brought up in America, right? If you were brought up in America and you had one or two parents, right? Everybody wasn't woke back then. Okay? Everybody wasn't woke. Everybody couldn't afford to be broke. Especially back then, think about the 60s and the 70s when you had when black people was living like Mexicans, they had 6, 7, 8, 10 people up in that goddamn house. And it could be a 1 bedroom. Everybody was in there. Everybody wanted to go be independent. And that independent mindset, it divided us. Now grandmas trying to go to the club. Grandmas don't give a fuck about no grandkids. And I'm not saying all, please. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. Think about it though. Just think about it. The granddads taking the grandkids fishing. Going to lay down from the sheetrock at the house that y'all gotta fix it together. There's no more of that. I wrote a poem called Watching the Family Die. Go listen to it. Fuck watching a party die. We watching family die. Who's the heart of the family? Everybody want to be a chief. So the families, especially the black families in America, and not all, some, have to find its way of not being lost. And everybody pick up the pieces and we work together on the future, especially if you got kids. You work on that. I didn't want to be too long on this, but this was just something that I was feeling. It's just something I was feeling. And, you know, I'm learning not to be mad. Fuck being mad. Or, yeah, mad, disappointed. It's time to get out that mindset. It's time to not always blame the white man. Or blame, everybody got choices. You gotta stop blaming and playing victim. I'm out. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'm out. Peace.